So I was just minding my own business when I found something that was very interesting to me. So everyone remembers Twilight, right? Well, I'm sure everyone has only ever heard about the movies and the original book and the other thing that came from it. Oh my god! But was anyone aware that the movie had a graphic novel? Released March 16, 2010 and published by Yen Press, who have published a lot of things. God damn! The graphic novel is essentially just the first movie in 2 separate parts, and then you had volume 1 of New Moon, which came out in April 23rd, 2013. So according to what I found on Wikipedia, the comic's first printing was 350,000 units, which was supposedly the biggest first printing that ever happened at that time, which I guess made sense because Twilight was sort of a phenomenon.
You've got to hand it to Twilight fans. They are a dedicated bunch. Days before the LA premiere of Eclipse, keen supporters were camped out, making sure they get a good view of their heroes come Thursday night. Some of the Twihards actually began arriving at the LA Live Theatre over the weekend in anticipation of the screening of the 3rd installment of the Teen Vampire series.
We're setting up our tents for Tent City.
Dwayne Perrin and her girlfriends came from Texas, Michigan, and Minnesota for this 5-day adventure.
I love the bit with the apple, I want to be that apple. Oh my god, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, it's hot in here. Twilight.
Critically, the reception of the book was kind of mixed, with some sources giving it 5 out of 5, and then some people, such as Chris Sims of Comics Alliance, said that while the art is great, the lettering is garbage, which I think is safe to say that he liked it. So why am I talking about this? Well, other than it being fodder, so I have more time to work on the Buster Groove video, and I love Twilight memes.
Nothing is gonna come between our love, Judy. Nothing. Oh my damn it, Kevin! Guys,
What are you doing?
I'm making a video. Girl like me. Never find a girl like me.
So when I found this book again, I thought I sort of have to make a video on this because I saw other videos on YouTube, but I don't feel like many videos really went into it. I say as I don't watch any of them and I'm not going to. So what makes Twilight the movie and Twilight the graphic novel different? In my opinion, the graphic novel is much better when it comes to writing, and Bella just isn't.
Lord, is everybody at the school like this?
So you're enjoying the rain?
I don't really like the rain.
Yeah, I also think it fleshes out the characters a little bit more. Well, the more important ones for the story at least. Edward in the movies was kind of just brooding 24/7, but in the graphic novel he's very sarcastic and is very playful, which was very different to what I was used to for this character. As you would expect, the book focuses more on Bella and Edward's relationship, which is really funny because when I thought about it, I was like, who are all the characters again? Then I remembered you had Bella's dad, who actually had some screen time in the movie, and I think maybe you saw him about maybe 6 times in the actual novel. But there is a lot of foreshadowing to New Moon, and I assume this is just because the writers already knew what they wanted to do for New Moon and with the movie. Generally, there are a lot of welcome character changes in the novel that are just do more. Just do so much more for the characters in general. They did, however, remove one of my favorite lines that was in the movie, so I was very disappointed about that.
You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
And honestly, reading through it, there are a couple of panels that I look at and I'm just like, these could be memes. These could be memes. And it is a problem that I go into graphic novels with that mindset. Now, there's only one downside to the novel, and on the subject of talking, the text is this novel's greatest enemy. I don't know. Chris was right. Let me tell you, Chris was right. There are points where I'm like, oh, the text wasn't too bad. And then there's points where I'm like, this is garbage. This is really bad. But generally it follows the general plot of Twilight. I will say the biggest downgrade in this novel is the baseball scene. The movie made it such a moment, and the novel just said, we begin, it's over. But there are a lot of good character changes when it comes to, well, the character of these characters. But there's one that I am very confused about, which is Laurent, who is the black vampire. So he's just not black. And I don't really care about it, but I just thought it was a really strange change considering it made no difference. I think it might have just been because of that's how they drew most of the characters in this book. So maybe the intention was that they are black just because their hair is a little bit more denser than the other two. So all in all, would I suggest the graphic novel? Yes, absolutely. Just because it's better in nearly every way. Keyword being nearly. But somehow the graphic novel makes everything slightly more human compared to the movie. As I said before, next week is the Buster Groove 2 tier list. So looks like I better get to work on that. Bye.